Hello everyone, I'm Nini FC and this is Blue Lines TV, and today's video was brought to you by OneFootball. And today OneFootball are doing something special. From the 28th of August to the beginning of October, OneFootball are offering a UEFA Champions League experience for you and 2 of your friends. This includes flights, accommodation and match tickets to a group game of your choice. This offer is only available to subscribers from the UK, Spain, Italy, Germany and France. To have a chance of entering in this UEFA Champions League experience, you need to do 3 things. 1. Sign up in the app with email. 2. Agree to terms and conditions. Then 3. Sign up. You guys definitely don't want to miss out on this offer. Go to the description to this video and click on the link to the OneFootball app. And once you guys have done all of that, I want to know in the comment section below, what game do you guys want to go to? And tonight, I'm actually doing a video on our Champions League opponents for tomorrow, Qarabag. And they're from Azerbaijan, and I thought, you know what, why don't I do an informative video letting you guys know everything about our Champions League opponents, what to expect, who their best players are, how they play, and a basic history behind the club. Now, Qarabag are the current Azerbaijan Premier League champions. They won their first trophy in 2014. It was the first one they've won in 21 years. And since then, they've been unbeaten in the league. They've won 3 consecutive league titles. And so far in the league this year, they're actually 3 games unbeaten. And they're looking very good. And so far, it has the potential to be one of their most historic years, as it's the first time they've ever got into the Champions League and reached Europe. A few times before, they got further into the Europa League qualification rounds, and they actually got into the group stage, and they actually played Spurs not too long ago. But this is the first time that they qualified in the Champions League. A historic effort. Of course, when you win the Azerbaijan League, you actually get into the second round of qualification for the Champions League. So Qarabag actually had 3 games they had to play just to get into the group stage, and it's a fantastic moment for the club. And I'm just going to get into some more information about Qarabag as a club. The current stadium they actually play in is in the capital of Azerbaijan, Baku, and it's actually one of the most beautiful stadiums in Europe. But before that, they used to play their football in a part of Azerbaijan called Agdam, which is known as Ghost City. And this happened in 1993 due to the Nagorno-Karabakh War, which forced a lot of people to leave, and it forced the club to relocate to the centre of the city. And of course, there were a lot of issues back then. This was a war happening during 1980s to 1993, and it all stemmed from the fact that Armenia wanted to reclaim land there, but Azerbaijan wanted to keep it. And it became a bit of a war because, of course, the government at the time were actually happy to separate and become part of Armenia, but the locals there weren't happy with that at all, and that's how the conflict started and grew. And of course, Qarabag were affected by this war happening during the time, but they've really come to recover quite well. And today, Qarabag actually symbolised the hope of a nation. As said by Qarabag's head of communications, Nilan Ibrahimov, he explains, "This club means everything to the people of Azerbaijan. Our lands are being occupied. It's through the success of Qarabag that we bring that to the attention of the world." The conflict lasted between 1988 to 1994, and it claimed 25,000 to 35,000 people's lives. And on top of that, it made 1 million people displaced. Despite Russian intervention to help broker a ceasefire, the Nagorno-Karabakh has stayed in Armenian hands, and Agdam remains deserted to this day. During these war-torn times, there was even more responsibility on Qarabag to provide some entertainment to the people facing hardship during that time. And this is where the philosophy of playing attractive football and good football came from. Gurban Gurbanov is the current Qarabag manager, and he's the most successful Azerbaijan manager in Europe and in their history. He took over in 2008, and he was actually a former football player and an ex-international striker. And he's the all-time Azerbaijan leading goal scorer. That's just a brief history of who our opponents are going to be for tomorrow, but I'm going to talk now about who their key players are. Moving straight on to things, I'm talking about the main man, Enlovu. Enlovu is a South African striker, and he fits playing the system up front for Qarabag perfectly because they like to play a system where their striker is able to link up the play and play across the front 3. In a way, sometimes he acts as like a false 9 at times, and that's a philosophy that Qarabag really truly believe in. Enlovu actually scored 4 goals during the qualification stages and was the top goal scorer last year for Qarabag, and he's a very good striker that likes to work very hard, run the channels and likes to get on the end to finish off moves. He's very intelligent with his movement as well. Moving on to another Qarabag player, and that's Michel. Now this guy actually used to play in the Premier League years ago for Birmingham City, and he's played for Getafe as well. And Michel is a Spanish midfielder that likes to play a pass. Michel's been at Qarabag for the past 2 seasons and he's become an instrumental figure in their midfield as he's able to dictate the play the passes, set the moves, set the tempo, and he's good defensively and he will put a tackle in. Moving on to another young phenomenon happening in Azerbaijan football, and that is Mahir Madatov. This guy's 20 years old, he's a striker, but playing in the current system for Qarabag, he's comfortable playing across the front three, and he actually starts off in wing positions on the right most times, but with how they play, there's a lot of interchange, and there's a lot of times he's able to actually move infield to help support Enlovu. And this guy so far is the leading goal scorer for Qarabag in the league with 3 goals, and he scored one of the goals against Copenhagen that knocked them out. Moving on to another player, and that's Richard Almeida. And Richard Almeida is actually originally Brazilian, but he naturalized to become an Azerbaijan player, and he plays for the national team. And this guy is an attacking mid. He likes to play behind the striker, and he links up the play very effectively, and a lot of the good things actually come from him. And at times too, he's able to actually push up and help support the striker as well. Moving on to 3 players, and these are actually 3 new signings they made this year. One is called Guerre. He's a Haitian international that they signed from Antalyaspor from Turkey, and he's a winger. And so far, he hasn't been in the team all that often as much, but I think he had injury problems or something, but he's got back to fitness from what I've read. And he's actually a winger that's very direct and likes to, really attack his man. And also they made 2 other signings this year. El Nuzi, this guy had a big reputation in Norway. He's actually seen as one of the best Norwegian prospects to ever come out. Before, this is way before Odegaard. And he actually played for Hoffenheim and Rosenborg. He actually came to Qarabag on loan from Olympiacos for the season, and he's a very skillful type of player. And the last player to talk about is another new signing they made called Henrique. Henrique's a Brazilian international. He was at PAOK. He's here on loan, and he was actually playing for Stade Rennes last year. And again, he's another guy that's able to get at his man and attack with the ball. Now, how do Qarabag actually play? Well, their favourite formation is a 4-2-1-3. And this really symbolises and helps emphasise how Qarabag like to play. They like to play with short passes, possession, and a lot of movement in the final third. So this is why this is the best formation for them, because it's able to have the most technically proficient players playing for them. And of course, this gives a lot of options for Michel to actually spray passes and really help dictate the play. Now, Qarabag are a team that do like to play football, and they're actually nicknamed the Barcelona of Caucasus. I completely butchered that. But at the same time, Qarabag aren't a slave to their philosophy. When they play away from home, they like to play a more counter-attacking manner, which they have been doing throughout the European campaign in Europe so far, especially the second leg against Copenhagen. The first leg they dominated in terms of shots and possession with almost 60% in that game. The second leg they kept 44% of possession and really were just defending and holding out. And I expect them to adopt that same approach tomorrow when they play us at Stamford Bridge. But if anything, one thing we can definitely expect from Qarabag is their desire to fight and really play our hearts out, because there's a lot of hopes behind them from the nation they're from. I feel as fans we must pay respect to them, and it's actually an incredible story for them. The first team from Azerbaijan to actually make it into the Champions League, so big respect to them. I'm really excited for the game tomorrow. Of course I'm going to the game tomorrow. I will be bringing a match vlog finally, and finally it looks like I'll be seeing Johnny Masunda playing the whole game tomorrow, so very exciting times ahead. But anyway, you guys, I hope you enjoyed my video on the Qarabag breakdown. Please like, comment and subscribe. Please as well, it really helps. Yes, I'm lucky enough OneFootball are sponsoring me again. Please go in the description below. Please download the app and have a chance to enter for you and your friends to get a Champions League game. Anyway, you guys, I'm Nini FC. This is Blue Lines TV. Signing out.